give a big Houston welcome to the one and only Frank Welker. Hello, hello. Let me make sure your mic is on. And I will give you this seat right here in the middle, your throne. Here you go. Oh. Oh, no, you're good.
Thank you, Houston and friends. Nice to see you. All right.
It's so nice to have you here.
Sit down. Thank you.
Yes, take a seat. I know that
I
you've
gotta
been...
show you something.
Show me.
These are my new shoes, and I call them squeakers from Skechers. You gotta listen to this.
Oh. I hear it. I hear it. Yeah, she can hear it too.
It'd never be a jewel thief.
I love it. I love that.
Squeakers from Skechers. Yeah.
Listen, only we would get a little exclusive fashion show from you right here in Houston. Thank you for that.
I can make the noises myself, though.
I love it. Of course you can do that. I mean, come on. I love it. Well, I need to go check those out. I need to get me a pair.
I don't know why they squeak, but...
I made, not the mistake, but I did wear heels yesterday, so today I was like, sneakers it is. Yeah, absolutely. Well, again, it's such an honor to have you here. You've been part of memorable and historical TV and film moments, and we thank you for always making us so happy, right? You have made such an impact in so many lives. So, yeah.
It's been fun and an honor for me, and obviously I wouldn't have a job if it wasn't for you guys, so thank you.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
And what does it mean to you to be, in a place like Houston here at Houston Celebrity Comic Con and getting to meet your fans in person? Because, a lot of people have been following you and your journey, so what is it like to finally meet people?
Well, when you record to do a show, you get so into your one scene and your family recording, and now in the old days we used to record with a whole cast, and that was really fun because then you had more interaction with your friends and so on and so forth. But you still didn't go outside the studio in terms of what are we doing this, why are we doing this, who are we doing this for? And now almost everybody records at home or studios away from the studios we used to work at. So now it's even further away, and I'm sitting in my little garage in my studio going, and not realizing that there's people out there. So when I come and meet these nice folks who stand in lines and say such wonderful things about our work and me personally, it means the world. It really does. And we forget, like I say, that we actually are doing it for a reason other than fun, because it's a lot of fun to work too. So we enjoy it, but I genuinely appreciate you all, and I thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. And that's something that I learned too, getting to chat with a lot of voiceover actors, is that a lot of us perhaps think that y'all get to record together. I don't know if any of you thought that, and then and then all of a sudden you're learning and you're like, a lot of them record alone, or at home.
Yeah, that's a fairly new phenomenon. It probably, I guess maybe, COVID probably was what was responsible for that. Do you notice I'm supposed to be a professional? Do you hear the pee-pops? Somebody go, Frank! Ow! But there shouldn't be, but you can see I'm losing my professional lips, as it were. But I think probably it was COVID that kind of kicked it in, because the studios started out and everybody said, I hope we're not down for a month or 6 weeks or something like that. And then of course it went on and on and on, and we had Scoobies to do. Yes, you did. We had all kinds of shows to do to catch up on. And it's kind of interesting, at least I think so, that the progression of how the studios kind of, the self-studios kind of came into being. It's like Warner Brothers called first, I think, and they said, we've got Scoobies, we've got to finish. And what they can do is you can lay down a track and they can animate to that track, and then later on, if it's not good, then you can go in and re-record to film to yourself. But that's if you're only going to be out of the studio for a couple weeks. So when it first started, they say, yeah, we're desperate. So do you have a recording device on your phone? So most of us were recording on our phones. And the quality was so bad, but again, they were going to just animate to it. But then they saw that they really needed more than that. So they sent a lot of us what they call a studio in a box. And it was literally kind of the guts and the material of what a studio would be. We had not like a mixer, but a go-between, and a really nice microphone, and an iPod, or iPod, an iPad. And then, of course, I did have an iPod, which is strange. But we would record on those, and they say, can you find a closet in your house or a corner somewhere where you can be very quiet and record? So that was the next step. And then finally, it became so long in terms of time, and they were saying, well, the quality is okay, but we're probably I saw you yawning, sir. I saw that. Now, I know I'm boring, so I'll get into the good stuff soon, but I'll try and make this faster. So anyhow, I purchased a little studio that comes manufactured and fit right in the corner of my garage, and then I had electricians hooking it up, all wearing masks, and it looked like a surgery center. But we eventually got that studio together, and now the quality is really, really good, and I record at home, as do most actors. So the good is you don't travel as much. The bad is you miss your friends.
I bet.
And I would say like this, sir, you want to pay attention on this one. Normally I would drive 45 minutes to work. Now it takes me 45 seconds. And I walk from the house, I go through the living room. Now, you gotta watch out, because if there's congestion in the kitchen, I take the living room off-ramp and I walk down the stairs to the garage. So I get
love
there
it.
in 5-10
Do you
seconds.
use Google Maps sometimes?
Yeah. That's my story, I'm sorry.
Oh, I love that. Well, we will be opening the mic up for fan questions, so
Okay.
feel free to start lining up. Yeah, I don't even need, I was gonna say, usually I ask something, but everyone is just so excited to chat with you, but I don't want to steal any questions from anyone.
Do you have another question? I'm sorry, I was blabbing away.
No,
So,
no, that was perfect. No, this is like the stuff that I love, because if you wouldn't share that with us, we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Right? So we appreciate every word and every
Okay.
story and everything you tell us. So,
All right.
yeah, so awesome. Well, we'll get started, and we have our first question.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Frank Welker.
Hello.
First, I just want to say it's an honor to meet you. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. One question I do have is, if Optimus was here, what would you say to him as Megatron?
Well, Optimus, I'm delighted that you are here. And because you are here, I'm going to just be quiet and let you talk. I miss you, Optimus.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
Hi. So right now there are some rumors of some new live-action Transformers movies in the works. Would you be open to voicing Megatron again if they were to ask?
I don't know. Yes, yeah, that would be great fun. It'd be great fun. Doing Megatron and then actually becoming a true Transformer has been a thrill, because I've said this before, but truly I got to transform from G1,
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
to Optimus Prime,
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
to the features, the last night.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. And I will come back mad as ever.
Thank you.
Wow.
But so you get to transform.
Love it.
Hello.
Hi.
Who is your favorite character to voice? And if you don't have one, what is the most interesting character to voice?
So, who is your most favorite character to voice? And if you don't have one,
Who is the most interesting?
who is the
character?
most interesting?
You know, I've just been fascinated looking at her. I didn't hear a word you said. You are so cute.
She just
All right.
grabbed the mic?
Yeah, and you
She's a
are very
pro.
professional. I'm very impressed. So the question was, who's my favorite character? And if I didn't have one, who am I most impressed by?
Yeah, the most interesting.
Most interesting. It's a bit of a cop-out, I admit, but it's usually the character or the show that you're working on last. And believe it or not, we've been doing some Megatron and Soundwave projects.
So of course I was doing G1 Megatron and it was a lot of fun. But the character I find most interesting is Soundwave. I am Soundwave, and you are an exceptional Decepticon.
Magic. So good. Thank you so much. Hello.
Hi.
My name is Ardana. I have a question. You have a
Yes.
favorite Studio Ghibli movie?
Favorite Beetlejuice movie?
No, Studio Ghibli movie. There's a reason why I'm asking you. Studio Ghibli.
I still can't quite hear that.
Okay, Studio
Closer
Ghibli.
to the mic.
Studio Ghibli. You know, Mike.
Oh, Studio
Yeah.
Ghibli. I'm so
Yes.
sorry. Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
But it's kind of jibbly when you said that. That's right.
Yeah.
Gosh, the work that he does is just absolutely incredible. I mean, everything that comes out of there. But I gotta love Totoro.
Yep, that's why I asked you.
I'm so tired. Such a tough one to do. Thank
my
you for that. I
goodness,
love
thank you so
Totoro.
much.
The cat bus.
Hello.
That's such beautiful art. I mean, it's the artwork that comes out of there is just crazy.
Out of my mouth. Right?
Yeah,
I was thinking.
fabulous. Hello.
Hello, sir. How often do other voice actors and actors consult with you on how to best interpret characters that you originally voiced, but they're going to be voicing now? And how impressed are you with every new piece of lore or every new iteration of your previous voiced characters?
I think you were saying how much input do we get to put into the characters and how do we feel about that?
Essentially, yes.
Essentially, okay. The more I think that when you go in for an audition, let's say, and Megatron is a good example. When I did the voice for Megatron, they did not change it one bit or fiddle with it. And what I was trying to do, and I've said this before too, no laughing. I'm in a very serious part here now. This was very serious. Megatron was in my mind this cave of wonder, not cave of wonder, but for me a cave voice that had multiple voices.
I am not one voice. I am many voices.
So that was kind of the basis for it. And then I had to put more body into it. And I thought, well, they're going to fiddle with that and they're going to change that. But what the heck, at least Peter Cullen won't be doing that. He'll be doing that big, beautiful voice of his, I'm sure. So when I went in and did that, they didn't change it at all. So that was compelling to me because then when I perform it, it has no fiddling to it. Sometimes they'll say, can you put a little this into it? Can you put a little that into it? And whenever you take an actor's natural instinct, this is my opinion, take their natural instinct and add something into it, it takes it a little bit away from its root or its DNA. And the way I'd like to see a director come at it is to tell you how loud, where you are, maybe a little faster or something like that, but to try to get into your character, if they like it from the beginning and they choose that voice, then leave it alone, would be my opinion. Did I answer what you were?
Yes, sir.
Kind of.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you.
Hi,
Hi, Mr. Welker.
how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
My name is Juliana, and my question to you is, what exactly inspired you to be a voice actor?
It was kind of luck, because I went out to Los Angeles, Hollywood, to go to school, and started doing plays, and my goal was to go out there because of the beach and the chicks, and the sun and the surf, and Hollywood, and to be an actor. So, meaning on-camera actor, because voice actors are actors. Don't mistake me there. But the voice acting business was something I didn't even know about. So I met this lady when I was doing a play, and she said, you should do commercials. And I said, okay. So I went in on an audition, met her agent, and I got a commercial. So that was on camera. That was the first thing, and then I did a lot of commercials. So I was on camera, and doing all kinds of stuff. Dodge commercials and Bold detergent. And then I used to do stand-up when I was in high school in a folk singing group, so it was kind of silly. You guys are having too much fun up here, I can see. You're going to be naughty. You're going to be put in the back. So, yeah, be careful. So, then I got into doing stand-up, and I was at a club in Westwood, California, and an advertising guy came in and saw me doing dog and cat fights. So I'll do my dog and cat fight for you. So he saw me doing all this silly stuff, and he said, you'd be great in a voiceover thing I'm doing for a radio commercial for Frisky's dog food. And I said, voiceover, what's that? I said, voiceover, you do the voice for the cartoon. Anyhow, so I ended up doing the commercial, and that was my first voiceover job. And then along came, his fiance just happened to be working for ABC, and they were doing a show called Scooby-Doo. And she says, you know what? You should come in and audition for Scooby-Doo. And that was my first cartoon. And that was a very long story. I apologize.
We loved
Thank
every
you.
minute of it.
But that's how I did.
Thank you so much. Hello.
Hi.
I want to know, how is it going?
Oh, can you get
You're
really
going to have to
close
go.
the mic?
There we
I
go.
want to know, how is it going from the original voice of Megatron to then Prime, and was it inspired by your work in the Transformer video games, the live-action video games?
Can you get a little bit closer?
How is it going from the original Megatron to Prime, and was it inspired by your work in the live-action video games?
Was it inspired?
Okay. From going from G1 to Prime, it was a fairly major change because, I was doing more of a trick voice for G1. Megatron. And then they wanted a little bit more like the features, a little bit more of a natural sounding. So it wasn't like it was difficult, but it was, I was so into Megatron G1 that I had to do a little mind changing. But then it was fun. Now switching back into the feature, it had to be bigger and kind of different from all the other ones, obviously, the other features. And then I had done Galvatron, who turned into Megatron. It's very strange. And so doing Galvatron and then Megatron, but keeping them basically the same, was really fun. And I like doing the really big voice. It's kind of like going from G1 where you've created this sound, And now you can just go crazy again with this big sound for the features, because you need a bigger voice for those to print on the screen, you know, for those characters. As Peter will tell you, with his Optimus, you know, he had to be really big because those characters were so large.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Hello. Hi there.
You're behaving now. Hi.
Hi, my name is Kat. I was wondering, this is another Megatron question, I'm sorry guys. But what I wanted to know, like in your opinion, if let's say Megatron came down to Earth and, you know, really got to take his time to know everything, what would like interest him the most? Or like what would like kind of pique his interest? You know, like, oh my gosh, what is that? Or what?
If Megatron came to Earth to poke around a little, what would he be interested in? That is your question?
Yes, it is.
I think I would enjoy piddling around with the flesh creatures. I think I would make a little bit of rain, electricity. With my energon cubes, I would keep you people very, very busy.
So conquer the earth, got it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Welker.
How
My
are
name
you?
is James. I just want to, first of all, just say thank you for all your works. I never realized you did so much voice work, and as I grew up watching them, I'm just like, now this is, you know, a great opportunity,
Thank
once in
you.
a lifetime.
I appreciate it.
And this question is for my friend Ronnie, actually. I know you did Heckle and Jekyll. Who were you as Heckle and Jekyll, and how did you prepare for those two characters?
Juan, you've stumped me. I actually did both Heckle and Jekyll.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't remember it too well because it was such a long time ago. But it was a challenge because I'd be talking to myself all the time, you know, which I do at home anyway. You probably guessed that. But I just remember it being fun. And that actually was a show a long, long, long time ago that I pretty much did by myself. So there was a few studios that did that. But thank you, Juan.
Ronnie.
Ronnie, I stand corrected. Let me take it all back. Ronnie. Oh my goodness. Thank you, man.
Mr. Welker, thank you.
Thank you.
You're a national treasure. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Thank you, man.
Hello.
I thought Starscream was an idiot.
Hello, Mr. Welker.
Hello.
We met yesterday.
Yes,
and,
we did.
Let me just say, you know, I think I speak for everybody here when I say, you know, thank you for all the many years of entertainment that you provided us. You know, you've really changed our lives.
Thank you.
And no one better to do it. As big of a Scooby-Doo fan that I am, this is, I was curious, do you have any interesting anecdotes other than Scooby from your time working at Hanna-Barbera?
Wow. That covers a long time period. I got to work with Mel Blanc. That was one, because for me, he was the guy. And of course, Daz Butler, June Foray, all the greats. I think getting to work with the people that I had grown up with, I'm still pea-popping, aren't I? All the people that I grew up admiring, seeing their work, and I'd say that was a really big highlight. You know, just to see that echelon of acting was incredible. The Harlem Globetrotters came in to record once, and working with those guys was, they were so funny, so funny. I mean, just as recording artists, so good. And all of the actors that I met throughout the years, there were just so many, too many to count, but all those experiences, I think, is what made Hanna-Barbera like golden for me.
And is there any way we can get any improv between Scooby and Fred?
And what?
Is there any way we could get a little bit of improv from you, from Scooby and Fred?
Is Scooby here? Is Fred here? Fred? Yeah, you're Fred. I am? Yeah, listen to your voice. Hello? I guess I am kind of Fred. Hey, Scoob, would you do it for a Scooby snack?
Of course I do it for a Scooby snack. But it's gotta be free.
Oh, hey, Scoob, look at all these nice people out here.
Yeah, I love Houston and I love you. Scooby Dooby Doo.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Hello.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Welker. You are
Hello.
a legend among legends. My name is Connor, and I have a question and a story, so I'll try to keep it quick. Question. I was genuinely surprised by your appearance in Age of Extinction because you were kept completely under wraps. There was like no reveal of it whatsoever, so Galvatron being silent for a solid 20 minutes had me going, Hugo's not here, come on, speak, say something, say something, say something. And then you came out with a genuinely iconic line in response to Optimus saying, you have no soul. So I wanted to ask, where did you like dredge up that amount of like vile and hatred in that response that hopefully you know and I don't have to like feed it to you? It's just sort
Well,
of
thank you.
Cringe. I don't have to be cringe.
I think those are just things you have to go inside and just an acting technique. You just visualize, think, and bring it out. Think about maybe your paycheck, but I think you're really, you just get so into the character, you become that character. You see it, it's like through your eyes, you feel like it. And a lot of times people ask me why I'm doing this with my hand, like sometimes I will tell you, because it just gives you a certain feeling through your body. So that's a physical technique, but mentally you just have to get yourself in that place.
Can we get a quick take of, fear for the audience? Can we get a quick take of That Is Why I Have No Fear for the Audience from Age of Extinction?
A quick take of what? I'm sorry. You can say it.
That Is Why I Have No Fear from
That
Age
Is
of
Why I Have
Extinction. Your introductory line there.
That is why I have no fear.
Excellent. And very fast story, I'll be as quick as possible. I was in a Scooby-Doo family growing up, huge, all over the place. And as a child, I had a life-size Scooby-Doo pillow, completely flat. And I also had a red Doberman named Mitch. And one day, and I would often sleep on that pillow, and one day, completely unprompted, he bit on the Scooby-Doo pillow, yanked it out from under my head, and then climbed up on the bed under my head because he was that level of jealous. So what's it like to play the dog that other dogs are jealous of?
Well, it's good for a Scooby snack or two.
It's very interesting. I like the fact that a lot of people name their pets Scooby-Doo, and someone told me the other day they named their cat Megatron. I said, I bet that's an angry cat.
Accurate.
Thank you, young man.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
And I was told we have less than 5 minutes, so we'll try to keep it as a rapid fire, maybe. Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Frank. My name's Devin. By the way, huge fan. I know you've heard this before, but you are a legend among legends. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible, but is there a character that you love to voice the most? Not kind of like, a favorite child, like your favorite child, per se.
My favorite character...
Your favorite character to voice, like, all time, like whether it's like Fred or Scooby or Megatron.
Again, it's a bit of a cop. It's usually the show that you're doing at the time. And we have been working on a sound wave project that I'm not at liberty to discuss. Now that should really pique your interest, right? Yeah. But I can do a little sound wave for you.
Yes, Soundwave. I enjoy doing the voice of Soundwave.
Thank you, Frank Welker. And it's guests like you that inspire me to want to be a voice actor, and it's a guest like you that makes me want to go to conventions like this. So thank you again very much.
Follow your dreams.
Love it.
Hello, my name is Abigail.
Hi, Abigail.
I just wanted to ask, how do you figure out the voices for each Megatron? I know from G1 to Prime to the Bayverse movies, is it just your voice changing as you go on? Because I know you said it's a bigger voice, so do they tell you what they're looking for, or do you just go for it?
That's a really good question, and they kind of do a little bit of both. You know, they hope that you will bring something to it. Like even Michael Bay, when I was doing various characters for him in the features, he'd say, Frank, you know, what do you see here? What do you think? You know, so that's always a really good place to start. Then some directors will tell you, like for Prime, they said, you know, we want something that's big that will go against Prime, but we want it different than G1. We want it to have this and a little bit of that. What do you think? You know, so that's kind of a collaborative way of doing it. And again, for me, the best way is to look at the character, and that will bring certain thoughts. And then if they have any ideas on top of that, you know, like they say, well, you know, we want them to be really gravelly or really deep, then those are things I can grab onto real quick. But if they say, we want him to be a tree from the forest and you know, that kind of stuff, no. But you know, the technical things, getting down to it, that's a really good way to work. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so
Abigail.
much. We have 2 minutes.
Hello.
Hi, is it okay if I record? Is it okay if I record?
If you pay, then you have to sign.
Okay.
No.
So my introduction to your work was through Transformers Prime, and obviously it's been downhill from there. So obviously you're a very talented and hardworking artist. So my big question is, what was the hardest role that you had? The one that you really had to work on and practice stylistically to get right? Like, what was the hardest one you had to do?
The thing that just popped in my head, which is probably not the hardest one, but one that a lot of people have asked me in the Transformer universe, is about Galvatron when we went back to G1 after the first feature. And Leonard Nimoy did the voice in the feature. And the studio wanted me to replicate that voice, but be different. And I didn't really like what I was doing. It didn't feel real great. It was not one of my favorite voices. But it was difficult from that perspective of doing a character that wasn't just fun, you know, it wasn't just, you know, your DNA or coming from your soul. But I love Leonard Nimoy so much, and a quick Leonard Nimoy story. He directed one of the Star Trek features that he directed. He had me in to just do all the noises and sound effects, and him, when he was a baby and then boy growing up, you know, as he progressed through these different stages until a man. So as he progressed through these stages, he had to scream. And he said, Frank, I'd really like to work with you, and I want you to do my screams. He says, they hurt. And I said, okay. So it was really, really fun to work with Leonard Nimoy and then do all of his screams through the stuff, these little creatures that go into your ear. And class acting. But he was wonderful. Anyhow, so that role was difficult to do. But as far as actually physically doing, I think any time you have like Transformers fighting, and if they fight for a long time, that can be physically painful, even though it can be fun too. Like I love with Peter, you know, interacting is just so much fun. Trying to think in terms of actually acting difficult. You know, all of them that are a challenge are fun, and they're fun because they are a challenge. So, cop out, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, it's
How you
good to see you
doing?
again. It was nice meeting you earlier.
You
Thank
too.
you for coming to Houston.
You betcha.
So I know you have a background in stand-up comedy. So you've played all these devastating villains. So let's try to put those together. So what would Megatron be like as a stand-up comic?
I am going to do some impressions for you. My first one is the Joker. No, that sounds more like Starscream.
So good. Thank you so much.
These two Transformers walk into a bar.
Mr. Welker?
Yes, sir.
First, I want to say thank you for being a huge part of my life for the last 40 years. It has meant so much to me.
Thank you.
And my question, what was it like when you had to do scenes in Transformers where you were both Megatron and Soundwave talking to each other?
Well, it was difficult having Megatron and Soundwave talking to each other, but it became even more difficult when Rumble was in the room.
Right.
And Shockwave was in the room. And, you know, we kind of love that challenge. And it's not, if you imagine, you have to imagine the character quickly. So once you do it for a while, believe me, it's not quite as difficult as you think, but it really is fun. So like well, you know, like Scooby and Fred talking together. Right, okay, but he doesn't want to hear me. Yeah, he doesn't want to hear us. He wants to hear the Transformers. Okay, I'll do the Transformers. Yeah, so the Rumble. So Rumble's in.
This is Soundwave.
Yeah, but Rumble's back.
Megatron is speaking. The rest of you, be quiet. I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. I thank you all from the bottom of my inner John.
Thank you so much. All right, this is gonna be our last one. I'm so sorry. I was just told this is it.
Frank, nice to meet you. I'm Frank. My son is actually interested in getting into voice acting and all that. Do you have any words of wisdom or advice that maybe you can impart on him on breaking into the industry?
Yeah, I think now it's much easier than it was when I was starting because of the internet. There's a lot of places that you can audition, that you can train, but I don't send money. If anybody ever asks you for money, be very aware. But for training, if they're good teachers and they come recommended, voice, there's a lot of really good voice people that are in the industry. But you can send your auditions, you can do videos, you can do audios, and also you can build up your own fan base. So it's really an open market now. And I would say, definitely follow his dream. Follow his dream. And if anybody says no, don't take it. Don't take no for an answer. Just keep going.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so
you
much.
all.
Everyone, please give a big round of applause for Frank Welker. Thank you so much. You're a joy.
Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.